Welcome, all my home buyers out there. Today, we are in the city of Pflugerville, Texas, exploring the community called Lisso. And the builder we're looking at is Taylor Morrison. Now, unfortunately, this home has been sold already, but we are looking at the Colorado 2 floor plan that's priced starting from the low 500s. This floor plan has 4 beds, 3 baths, so 2,172 square feet, has a 2-car garage, and it's a 2-story. Now, there is a bedroom on the first floor, but the primary bedroom is on the second floor, along with the laundry, the washer and dryer. Now, that could be a negative for you, but that's definitely a preference for some folks if that's what you're looking for. Now, the big draw to this community is location. Once we see in the map here in a second how close it is to downtown, I feel like this community is within 15 minutes from everything, from downtown, probably from work, because you're super close to Palmer Lane. There's so many businesses in the area that chances are you'll probably be able to work in. You'll have a commute of like less than 10 minutes. And this is Taylor Morrison. Taylor Morrison, I believe, is the only builder in this community. They have another phase that they're opening up here very soon, but they're almost down to their final opportunities for this particular phase, especially if you're looking for a prime lot location. They're down to the very last few. Now, here's the bedroom on the first floor. This would probably be ideal for your guests or maybe your in-laws or anybody who's a little bit elderly who can't take the stairs to go to sleep. That's what this bedroom would be for. I kind of was hoping that they would. I always like the primary and secondary on the first floor, but if that's not a huge deal breaker for you, then that's something this floor plan could work out. Here is the extra large storage underneath the staircase. I like it when they do that little extra wraparound. They don't have to do that because I've seen it closed off before, but they do that in this case. That's always appreciated. I do like the kitchen in the sense, like you see this corner we're about to turn, huge walk-in pantry, and then you have like this other countertop just across the way that it's almost like an extra long, I don't know, what would you call that? Just like a nice little hallway before you lead to the garage. To me, it's just very functional. Just have the garage there, so if you could drop off the groceries, it's right there. You have something to drop it off right away. Now, notice with this garage, you do have some extra space on the side there. It's almost like I wouldn't consider this a 2.5 garage, but it does have that extra space for storage. So that would be very nice if you're looking at more than just your standard 2-car garage. And peep the waterless or the tankless water heater. I believe this did come. That is on the wall right there. Let me pause this right here. On the wall right there, that is a port for charging your electric vehicle. So this comes pre-wired already to, if you have an electric car, to charge. I believe that was probably an upgrade that the builder did, but that's something you could totally do if you're looking at a floor plan in a different community, or maybe if you're looking at a to be built. That's something that's an option for you. Now let's see here. Now on the upstairs, that's where we're going to find the remaining bedrooms along with the primary bedroom. Now we're going to the primary bedroom first, the owner's suite, and very, very standard. Nothing blew me away from this floor plan. I did notice they did have blinds. Blinds is not typically something that builders include. I'm curious as to why they included it as I was touring. I'm curious if a buyer, if they just added that just because, or if it was a buyer that fell out. Because typically what I've been seeing is most builders have been offering blinds, the appliances, and a few other extras as incentives to close with them. Now, you don't have a tub here. You just have a little bit extra than standard size walk-in shower. You don't have a linen closet. You just have the shelves for a linen closet. That's interesting. Save a little bit cost on the door there. You do have dual sinks. Not a huge sink area for his and hers. I believe on the her side, you're going to need a little bit more space than that. But a little bit about the community. 2.12 for the property tax rate is right in the middle. It's good for new construction community, but it's right in the middle. Not too bad. $45 for the HOA. That's a little bit on the that's good, especially because this community does have an amenity pool, it does have an amenity center, it does have amenities in general. They're not done yet. We'll see that towards the end here, but they are building it. This is the gas community. This does belong to the Pflugerville ISD. And in the last 90 days, they have sold 16 homes. So the big draw on why and that was the game room. I think I forgot to say that. Hang on, let me go back here. So right there in that space, that is the game room. Not very spacious. I'm curious as to what you could fit here. I've seen bigger game rooms before, but this isn't for a little over 2,000 square feet. This was a 2,172 square feet. That's not too bad. Not too bad. We have to compare apples to apples here. Let me go back here. 1 second. Let me get me back to where we were. Okay, I did lose my place, but we'll come back to that in a second. Here's the second bedroom on the second floor now. We just saw the primary. Here's the second bedroom. It does have a walk-in closet. And remember, there's 1, 2, 3 bedrooms on the second floor, the laundry room, and the game room. And on the first floor, you just have that 1 bedroom and powder room. I'm sorry, not a powder room. That was a full bath. That's the game room. And here's the final bedroom. I mean, the area is prime. That's going to be the biggest draw to find new construction in Pflugerville. That's super close to downtown Austin, very close to a lot of places where people can work, and just, conveniences like grocery store, fine dining, things to do. You're going to find all of that here and then some. The location here is within 10 to 15 minutes, you could probably get to anywhere you need to go, really. And again, this community is selling like hot, is red hot. I will show you here in a second what the MLS looks like so you can see how many closings they've had in the last 90 days. And this builder is being very, very generous when it comes to their flex incentives. They're giving a lot of money away to the buyers who are closing. And I think that's why they're so red hot right now, because right now they're being very generous with the incentives. This is a huge backyard. I was very surprised at how big and spacious this backyard was. Like I said, this home is already sold, but you can still take this video for what it's worth for the floor plan and what that looks like. Now you can see here, back there, you can see they're building more lots. They're moving the dirt, so there's definitely more inventory to be had here. There's actually, I think, 2 different. Here's another lot location that they're going to be building more homes again, so that you can still have prime lot locations if you want to be at the end of a cul-de-sac, if you want a huge yard, if you want to be very specific on where you want to build your home, you can still have that here. Here is the amenities of where the amenity pool will go. You can kind of see like there's maybe a pickleball or a tennis court there and a playground already. You do have the soccer field, but they haven't built the pool yet. You could just see where it's flat enough for it to have a pool. But that's where it will be. So something to look forward to if you plan on moving to this community before it's built. But again, we're looking at Taylor Morrison in Pflugerville, Texas. The location here is prime. And Taylor Morrison is a good builder out here in Austin. Beautiful. Okay, now let me share my screen so you can kind of see on the map here what I'm talking about. So this was Lisso, right? And the price point to get in here, from what I'm seeing, is like in the low 500s. If you're looking for a quick move and ready, if you're looking for a to be built, you could probably get in the high 400s. But if that's totally still out of your price range, you have Lennar at Greenwood here. That is, I would say, 1 tier below price point wise. So you can maybe get into this area, right? So that was one thing that was a huge draw to me when you look at these communities relative to where downtown Austin is. That's a 15-20-minute drive easily. But even right here, because this is downtown Austin, I mean, up here in the Domain area, this is like our second downtown where there's plenty of things to do. Look how close you are to all the madness here, right? You have Tech Ridge here. You have Palmer Lane, where there's so many businesses in the tech industry there. And if you just drive around, you'll see just how much, I mean, this is all well-developed area already, right? This is not, the only thing they're breaking ground is just on these residential homes. But you could see you have Lisso. Who wouldn't want to live and say, like, I live in Lisso? The Lisso community. And then you have the Lennar Greenwood. So very close neighboring communities. But this is one we're looking at right here. And the location is just so prime. That's going to be the huge draw to that. And it's going to be good for resale, right? Because you can see there's not that much when it comes to new construction in proximity to downtown Austin. There's, especially for communities, not just, your onesies and twosies when it comes to your, because you will find new construction in in downtown Austin, but those are all $1 million plus homes. We're looking at a price point here in Taylor Morrison in the $400,000 to $600,000 range. And if you want to be a little bit more affordable price point at Lennar, you can get something in the high 300s. So that's definitely worth checking out. That was one of the big draws to this community, was just its proximity to everything, right? I think that's going to be a huge convenience for you, and it's worth touring this community. So what should you do next? If you're looking to tour this community and learn a little bit more, let's schedule a time to talk. I'll have all my information linked in the description. But if you're a home buyer and you're looking at buying maybe in 2025, maybe not this year, you're still going to be in good shape. We're in a buyer's market for sure, and we're going to probably be in it for, I would say, at least until this year and next year for sure. We'll see how next year plays out, especially after the election year. I know things are going to probably sway a little bit, but the point I'm trying to make is that I don't work alone. I work with a lot of smart people. So maybe if you think like you're not ready to buy a home yet because there's a barrier in your mind, either with savings or credit, there's always a way and a workaround. It's just getting the right people in front of you so we can create an action plan and then figure it out together, right? So again, when it comes to, I have great partners with mortgage lending, credit repair, and when it comes to the actual home insurance, because even that's gone up within the last few years, and that's kind of almost pricing people out because of how much it's increased. Home insurance now in Texas, it's gone up. I think the last time I checked, over 40% increase between last year and this year alone, right? So that's affecting people's purchasing power. So that's something we can discuss again in great detail, and that's something I do with my clients kind of ahead of time now. Is if once we find the home that you like and we want to put an offer, and then I want to run the numbers to see how much is home insurance going to cost to make sure that's still within your comfort zone, right? And if it's not, then we're going to have to negotiate accordingly so we can get in that comfort zone for you, right? But that's something to keep in mind. So I'll have all my information linked in the description. Please, if you want to text or do that discovery call, I prefer the discovery call. I think our time will be more meaningful, so we can get to know each other a little bit better. I can figure out a little bit more of your criteria, where you're at in the process, and again, how can I best be of value and serve you. So if you like all things new construction, subscribe to the channel. I put out videos weekly. I'm touring homes. I'm checking out these master plan communities here in Austin. It is blowing up like crazy. Just really quickly here, Austin, there's so much confidence in the city of Austin. That's why Tesla's here, Samsung's here, and we're starting to see the effects of all that when it comes to all the other smaller businesses that are moving in to Austin to support those big players, right? So what does that mean? Residential, commercial, multi-use developments all across Austin, right? So that's huge. We're growing so rapidly, and it's very, very exciting if you're here to see it all just happen in front of your very own eyes, right? And a lot of these new construction communities, there's a lot to it. There's a lot to it to them, right? And you want someone who specializes in new construction like myself, so we can make sure we're getting you the best price with the best terms, because I keep up with all the incentives happening in the area, right? And that to make sure that we're getting the best deal we possibly can, because when you work with me, I'm looking at the numbers. I'm looking to make sure that we get the best deal, because I want to set the mark when it comes to being your buyer's agent and being very, very, very competitive on your behalf. So please, if you want to work with me, I'll have all my information linked in the description. Please subscribe to the channel. Check out my playlist when it comes to all the other home tours. I've done a lot. I mostly stick to Williamson County, but I do traverse to Travis County here and there. If more of you want to see me go to down south a little bit, there's a lot more new construction happening down there too. I will. And just remember, my name is Omar Pineda. I'm your Austin realtor with eXp Realty. I appreciate you for watching, and then I'll catch you in the next one.